Hi, today I'm going to show you my most favorite meal that I made growing up from these simple ingredients. The noodles that I'm using are from Maggi. It's the Hot Beats Spicy Curry flavor. You can use any other brand, but just remember it must be a curry flavor. I have a friend who didn't follow that advice and used chicken instead, and it didn't really work well with cheese. So don't blame me if you use other flavors. Remember, use curry flavor. First, put in 2 cups of water to boil. As you set the water to boil, add in the seasoning from the packet first. This is to help make sure that all the meat and vegetables get the full intensity of the flavor from the packaging. Okay, the next thing you add to this will be the minced pork. I use minced pork, but you can actually use luncheon meat, meatballs, whatever side dish that you prefer or proteins you prefer to add into the noodles. But my favorite is the minced pork. Next, you add in the cabbage. Cabbage is what I go for this particular noodle dish. But you can use any other green leafy vegetable if you want to. But if you use green leafy vegetable, add it at the end. Don't add it in the start. Okay? When you first put in the vegetable, it may look like there's not enough water, but just cover it up and let it boil. The vegetable will soften up. As you can see, once the water starts boiling, the vegetable softens and it goes below the soup. Remember, don't put too much water or else the soup will not be tasty. Next, you put in your tofu puffs. Once it starts boiling, you can start adding in the noodles. Make sure the noodles get soaked in the soup. And you let it cook for about 2 minutes. This is the interesting part. You put in the 2 slices of cheese on top of the noodles, right? Now do not put the cheese on top of the noodles, and then what you do is just give it a slight stir. Stir the cheese, make sure it mixes well with the noodle. That's where it tastes will be fantastic. Next thing you do is you put a little bit of a hole here, put it up a little bit, and then what you do is you pour in an egg on top. Depending on how you want the eggs done, if you want it to cook very well, then you let it cook a bit longer. For me, I just like the egg yolk to be runny still, but the rest of the eggs are cooked. So I let it run for a while. I cover it up with a bit of the noodles and let the eggs cook. To get it cooked better, cover up the pot, but don't cover fully or else it will overflow, to let the steam cook the egg. Voila! This is the final product. The whole process took less than 5 minutes, but you have a delicious hot meal that you can take for lunch or even for dinner if you like. Enjoy!